This is what desperation looks like. Afghans clambering over each other to get a flight to anywhere. Commercial aircraft have stopped landing in Kabul, so everyone knew that this might be their last chance. People climbed the airport walls to try to get in. Most airport security guards had fled, so there was no one to keep order. US troops on the military side of the airfield fired into the air to try to disperse the crowds. And several people were killed in the pandemonium that followed.
You can hear gunshots in the background. The gunshots have been increasing. The children are distressed. Our people have just one wish, and that's to continue our lives living somewhere peaceful.
There's only one runway for both military and civilian sides, so they rush towards US military aircraft evacuating American citizens with no regard for their own safety. And then this, an act of utter despair. 20 people, maybe more, somehow believing that they can survive, crouched above the wheel as the plane takes off. But in terribly distressing pictures, several fell from the sky. By this afternoon, the Taliban were at the airport, trying to restore order. They've said people are free to leave, but until commercial flights resume, how can they? In town, Taliban fighters were patrolling the streets and mounting roadblocks. They've reportedly been searching the houses of journalists, government workers, and those who worked for foreigners. It's not clear for what. This man we'll call Zia is in hiding with his family, hoping against hope that the Americans will rescue him.
The only hope for the future is the promise that the US government made to pull out their Afghan colleagues to safety. But I really don't know that how it would be possible to go to the Kabul airport if we receive the evacuation email from the US authorities.
Those women who are venturing out have adopted the burqa, which few in Kabul wore before yesterday. Most are staying at home, praying it won't be as bad as they fear.
I request Taliban to leave Afghan women and Afghan girls to go to schools and then to university and then to work as normal as it was. About myself, I really want to serve my people and I want to stay in Kabul and I don't have anywhere to go.
The Taliban form of journalism involves asking people on the streets what they think. The answer is that everyone is very happy. In a video statement, Afghanistan's new leadership said they would serve the nation and indicated that they hadn't been expecting such an easy victory.
We congratulate the whole Afghan nation, especially the people of Kabul and our mujahideen, on the great victory. The way we have come through was unexpected, and we have reached this position, which was never predicted.
Former President Karzai and chief negotiator Abdullah said they met the Taliban today. They're bitter and angry that President Ghani fled the country. All they can hope for from the Taliban is mercy. Afghanistan's new rulers are in the presidential palace, around the desk that belonged to King Amanullah. He tried to modernize the country in the 19th century. The Taliban, with their medieval punishments and views, plan to take it much further back in time.
It's to reason that many thousands of them would try to get to the airport as a place of safety and a place of hope. And so I think actually in terms of what those scenes mean for our plans as the Ministry of Defence, we're content that whilst it means the airport has to be closed whilst the runway is resecured, actually we can continue with the delivery of our plan to extract entitled British nationals and those who have worked with us during our time in that country. But clearly the scenes are distressing, and I can understand why many people would look at them as reflective of chaos. It is chaotic, but that is the nature of these situations, and it's not something that our military personnel are not unfamiliar with dealing with.